I mean, it just makes no sense to throw everybody back out on the streets when they're here.
This story's brand new at 6 now. Stuck in limbo. People who live at the Sunderland RV Safe Park are now counting the days until they're back out on the streets. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn.
I'm Deborah Knapp. First, a story we've been following for years. Portland's first sanctioned site for RV camping is set to close in just weeks unless the city council goes for a Hail Mary. Katu's Angelica Thornton has more on what happens next.
Come here, you. Found kitty. Here you go. Get back in there.
Ronnie Michael has been living at the Sunderland RV Safe Park since it opened nearly 2 years ago. Aside from that airplane noise, he loves everything about it, especially the law and order.
They don't let people slide. You fight, you do drugs or anything like that, and you're out the door, which is nice.
Katu has been tracking Ronnie's journey for 3 years. When we first met him, he was afraid to show his face. He'd been living along Northeast 33rd for a couple of years. The city had just tagged his RV, warning he had to leave or he'd get towed.
I don't know, I'm just trying to find a place to park somewhere. Hopefully my housing will come through soon.
It did not. So Ronnie, who's 64 and has been disabled since he was a child, kept moving, just trying to stay alive. I kept in touch and tried to find him a safer place after he told me vandals smashed his windows, tossed explosives at his RV, and his neighbor was hit and killed on the road. When Sunderland opened and Ronnie got a spot, it was a godsend.
It's nice. In the morning I sit outside and read. It's really nice. It's quiet. There's some really good people here.
The site is operated by the Salvation Army. Residents get a parking spot for their vehicle and a small outdoor area. There are bathrooms and showers, a laundry facility, and a kitchen where they can get free meals. About 50 people live here now.
There's people who have jobs. A lot of us have incomes, but there's just no place to go. We can't afford it. Most places don't take your RV if it's 10 years older, regardless of the condition. So yeah, I mean, there's like 2 RV parks that will, and they're packed.
Still, everyone here will have to move out by the end of the month. The site is closing after a 3-month extension. The Portland Bureau of Transportation, which owns the land, is reclaiming it by September 1st for its leaf mulching and gravel operations. So you might end up kind of getting stuck in limbo, like slipping through the cracks again?
Oh yeah, definitely, I'm sure. But, that's just the way it is.
Ronnie's neighbor, John Stewart, is in the same boat.
Yeah, I'm scared. I mean, because it's easy to go right back to it.
John is talking about fentanyl. He says he's been clean for 6 months, and he's worried leaving will plunge him back into addiction.
This place here did a lot for us. Did a lot for me. I feel safe in here. Out there, my trailer's been broken into. Every time I leave out there, my generator gets stolen. Out there, and here I feel safe.
And when John and Ronnie do get back out there, they may find fewer places to park. PBOT has been cracking down on illegally parked RVs all over the city.
I went to prison for 48 months for selling marijuana, got out, and lost my house.
Gregory Mack lives in an RV just outside the Sunderland site, where the city just tagged all of these vehicles that are illegally parked all along the fence line. Do you guys have any idea at this point what your next move is?
We have no clue. None. I mean, you can't park on the side of the road. You can't go to any residential area. Places like this, they get tired of it. Well, there's nowhere to go.
And that scramble for a spot will only get worse. Mayor Wilson's proposed budget sets aside more money for PBOT by raising fees on rideshare services like Uber and Lyft. Some of that funding will be used for the derelict RV towing program.
My goals as your mayor is we will not foster unsheltered homelessness in any way, shape, or form.
That was the mayor last month telling K2 city councilors wanted to continue funding the Sunderland RV Safe Park, but he does not, citing the condition of many of the RVs.
That's unsheltered homelessness, and I was very clear. I will not support anything that deals with unsanctioned camping, grabbing 100 people and putting them inside of a fence and having them live in tents, and you're aggregating misery. The same thing goes for RVs. That is unsheltered homelessness. And to sustain that is something I'm I'm not for.
The mayor says the city council can still try to find a way to fund Sunderland on their own. Katu reached out to councilors to see if that might happen before the final budget vote on June 18th, but we haven't heard back. The Salvation Army tells Katu they've been honored to successfully operate the site for nearly 2 years, and they would consider continued opportunities to do so. Are you just going to have to drive around day to day and keep moving?
Yeah, basically.
That's not easy.
And then, no, because they're closing off so many places. They're putting boulders up and barriers, and I understand why.
Ronnie says he will keep his fingers crossed, swinging between a sliver of hope, stress, and skepticism over what his future will look like.
They tell you can't do this or that, but they don't give you an alternative. Like, where are you supposed to live? You're supposed to just get rid of everything you own and all your pets and just, carry one bag and go and sleep on a cot every night, then go back out on the streets? I mean, that's not even feasible. That's ridiculous.
In Portland, Angelica Thornton, K2 News.
Well, the city has been offering people space in shelters and safe rest villages when Peabot tows RVs. The newest temporary alternative shelter site in North Portland does have spaces for RVs.
A K2 checked to see if that might be an option for the people we interviewed for this story, but all the city sites are full right now. K2 will continue to track the city's budget process, any possibly last-minute changes that could impact that Sunderland site.